Hey, what's going on, everybody? I actually did want to take a little bit of time to just talk about the whole Wild Gems situation. I kind of avoided talking about these cards when they dropped last Tuesday. Just was an obvious super pack play. A lot of people are very upset that we went from actually like less than a year ago from having sort of like mini sets, and then it turned into super packs, kind of tied into some festival type things. And now we just get super packs for the wild gems. I'm not really going to continue to add to the frustrations, but I actually just wanted to take a look at this from more of a analytical standpoint and offer some kind of insights that I haven't really seen anybody kind of talk about elsewhere. But yeah, I mean, just to be clear, I'm not really interested in getting these packs or opening them. You'll see that we have these exchange wild gems cards. Basically, if you were to rip those packs, you do get the cards, which actually effectively serve as like event cards. I would say like the pinnacle of 2K25 really was around the All-Star event. They did this phenomenal job. The event itself had so many cards that you could exchange for, so many avenues of how you could boost your lineup, grind for. It actually did bring a lot of people back into the game around that time. I think even like DBG and some of those other content creators, but most importantly, just a lot of people were attracted. Just really phenomenal event, and 2K really took advantage. Where things started going downhill is that the community naturally wanted more events. Like they're like, oh, this is a W, you can continue doing these things. However, you have to understand that 2K did kind of deploy these, these new exchange type things and new events, and ultimately these just turned into just a festival up the wazoo, like every, I don't know, like 3 to 6 weeks. And by the end, we had the Goat Festival. What I kind of opined on this on, believe it or not, on Carlo's channel. He posted just kind of like a typical rage baity video, but maybe that's not fair to him. He definitely was like offering his opinion on these things. I'm just going to play a little bit of a clip. I don't normally do this, but I wanted to add something to this.
Am I just missing something
Oh
here?
man, the audio.
This is like,
just
I don't know. This is bad. This is really bad. I mean, I'm gonna try to get Scottie Pippen tomorrow.
and there's your problem, right? Like complain about it, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just contribute. But the real reason why I brought this up is I made a comment on, and maybe I should just get out of the habit, or maybe my expectations are just simply too high. But I wrote exactly what I wanted to point out, which is the highlight of 2K25 content last year. As I just said, it was the All-Star event. And little did we realize that they would run back the festival event every 3 weeks as proof of concept for the content model on Tuesdays. And that's what we're seeing now. This is the new content model on Tuesdays of how they're deploying things. And I predict that Tuesday Super Packs will now become the only way to get truly elite cards by completing the Wild Gems exchange. And people will now be incentivized to spend money on the best cards in the game because $10,000 is now at stake every weekend starting this week. And I also added to this, I don't know why YouTube is not loading this comment, but you'll see right here, this guy, I wanted to point this part out, which is finally loaded. Just one more thing, I'm willing to bet that something like 80% of the revenue from packs comes from 20% of the users' whales. This is like the 80-20 rule, pretty much. And I believe that 2K probably implements something like this. And then we have a typical online response. Y'all stay crying. Only thing giving is you fools with your money to 2K emoji. Yeah, so not a lot of cognitive processing power there, but that's fine. That's what you would expect on the channels. But this is the new norm, and I think that the thing that everybody kind of underestimates with 2K is that, I learned this from reading about Blizzard throughout the years, but a company like Blizzard has a CFO, and people, it's now Activision, which is now part of Microsoft, but they have psychologists that study the mechanisms that go into microtransactions. And there is no reason to believe that, 2K probably, doesn't have somebody like this constantly analyzing this data. So if we are seeing super packs for Wild Gems or something that is basically a derivative of the exchange event, that just goes to show that, yes, we're going to be deploying something that will make us money. This is probably making them money because ultimately these things will contribute to getting the elite cards in the game. Now I'm going to wrap up this kind of short video just kind of illustrating this point, right? So these are very, you have to rip through those Wild Gems packs. How good are these cards? Well, let's go to the website. This is why I have this tool, right? And by the way, I should have done this at the beginning of the video, but shout out to Tester123 for signing up. We actually have had a few people logging back in, so it's great to see that you guys have been watching these videos and just been getting back into the site again. Really appreciate the support. But that actually I forgot to mention this, but I hinted that it was going to work, but new registration, new users, that's enabled now. So everybody can just kind of log in and everything should just work. So if we actually go to the site here, and if we click on the pink gems, the pink diamond filter, you can see very clearly, because dark matters, galaxy opals are not really attainable in the game yet, but pink diamonds are. Clearly, these are the best quote unquote attainable cards in the game right now. Wild Gem, Joel Embiid, Kevin Garnett, Scottie Pippen, Xavier McDaniels. And if you go to featured Wild Gems, which are basically the cards that you can't buy, but you have to get into the exchange for, these are the best cards. So 2K has basically figured out what they're going to do. I have no reason to think that, to not expect that this is how things are going to move forward. The best cards are not going to come from the Friday content drops. Fridays are going to be the new Tuesdays, where they kind of wing it for juicing the cards. Tuesdays will now be, Tuesdays will now have the best cards, and you will have to spend money to use those. What I would say to that is don't do it, right? And that is because while these are the best cards in the game, it's not like the meta scores are so crazy high that you can't compete. I mean, I've beaten lineups that are clearly better than what I have right here. This has just been from grinding the game. I literally bought one box on day one just to get a head start on game on. Everything else has been grinded for, earned. Level 40 has been a big boon if you have the Hall of Fame pass. I've also got 450,000 VC waiting in the wings from that initial purchase that I'm probably going to spend on Friday because we got King of the Court coming on this weekend. So yeah, anyway, I just wanted to provide some kind of sobering analysis on kind of what I think of the situation. Like I said, it's kind of disappointing. I would like to see 2K get back into the old days of deploying more meaningful content that's just not completely hyper optimized for making money and capitalizing on event festival and super packs. They had such a great thing with the All-Star event, and it's just very discouraging to see that it's kind of devolved into, oh, okay, well, let's just optimize this for cash. It's like, be a little bit more tasteful about it. There's nothing wrong with making a company money, but there also has to come into play like your taste, how do you treat your customers, how much you respect your customers. I don't think like Ronnie 2K or Mike Wang or anybody from Visual Concepts are to blame for this. I would just pull up the board of directors for Take-Two Interactive and take a long look at that page. But anyway, I will see y'all later. I'm going to do a pack opening for a hidden gem, and I will have that video deployed as well. I'll see y'all later. Take it easy.